Okay, so this Mrs. Musawa, Hanatu Musawa, passed through some form of screening, security-wise, from the security agencies before he got to the National Assembly, who are lawmakers too. And of course, before they now confirmed her as a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, before the president could assign a portfolio. Now, suing the president, who did the due diligence by submitting names to the security agencies and sending her to the National Assembly because the Attorney General of the Federation, who was also just appointed alongside her, it's a bit off. You have been a member of the National Assembly, you've been a rep member, as a lawmaker. You have been in politics as well. Help us understand exactly why the president is being sued, whereas there are agencies that ought to have done due diligence who didn't do due diligence here.
Or who did. You see, maybe it will be a test case for the law. Because there are probably gray areas that this suit would help to expose. For me, I think that if first let us accept that there is nowhere in the NYC law it is put in place that is serving copper, somebody who's on national service, who's called to higher service in the name of the nation, cannot accept it. Our constitution is also silent on that, very clearly. But in this country, we do have people who appear to have a penchant for going to court. Every day, Serap is going to court, for example. And we don't know what comes out of those court cases, whether it's just a waste of time of the courts or not. That is a freedom of expression that this country loves so much, and which Nigerians are used to expressing. And my take is that, what the president ought to do, he has done. What the security agencies ought to do within the framework of the law, they have done. What the National Assembly should also do within the framework of law has been done. But perhaps the interpretation of the judiciary is needed at this time by these people who have gone to court. Wish them well. Perhaps it will only straighten a few gray areas that are unknown to law. But for me, I think that we cannot be talking about not too young to govern, talking about gender parity, and talking about bringing in young-minded persons with sun drive. And then we are doing people are doing what they're doing through the courts. Where were these people when Hanatu? Why didn't they tell her when she was all over the media defending Tinubu in those campaign days?
Yeah, but let's look at this critically right now. The bylaw clearly says that a serving Corp member cannot take up an employment in a paid employment different from what he or she is doing as a Corp member. That is on one side. That much is clear.
We need to define that.
Now, a senior advocate of Nigeria also said that just like you imputed, that there's nothing wrong with giving her a higher assignment as a Corp member. However, she's not going to be entitled to receiving the remuneration for that office. She will also be paid as a minister. Well, all of that are out there, and a different interpretation. We had a constitutional lawyer, Barrister Sim Adams, who clearly used the constitution to point out that the 1999 Constitution as a grand norm, which is where the NIC Act of bylaws are taken from, prohibits her from being in that office. Now, if you put all of this side by side, while we are blaming Mrs. Musawa, while we're blaming President Buhari for Tinubu for appointing him, what exactly is the concern? Well, how did now the security agencies who screened her knew that she was a Corp member? The National Assembly knew that she was a Corp member. Is this lawsuit not being misdirected to the wrong person?
Well, it depends on what you... there's a proven authority. I assume that the litigants have decided to target the proven authority. But if we are to look...
Who is the approving authority?
The approving authority is a presidency.
The president submitted the list to the security agents who screened.
Yes.
From there on, it was sent to the National Assembly, who are the lawmakers who confirmed her, who screened her again, confirmed her. And then before the president now appointed her. Yeah.
The point I'm just trying to make here is where does the box stop? At the table of the president. But beyond that, let us tell ourselves a few truths. You will imagine wrongly that the executive did nothing about this Tony issue. They knew they were going to appoint somebody who was serving. They knew. They had. I'm very certain that the legal department had looked at those issues critically before also encouraging Mr. President to go ahead with the appointment.
Yeah, but the NYC also came out to say that disciplinary measures will be taken because she's a core member. She's not supposed to be serving.
But let me put it the way the Nigerians like to say it, bad belly. You know, honestly speaking, my own take is that there is something coming from this young woman who first had the opportunity of doing NYC in 2001. And thereafter, for family, they call on duty as a wife, had to abandon NYC and to come back again to do NYC. I think we should salute people who should not stop her from claiming that she's over 8 now, as people will do, and then swear affidavits. Yes, I think, but let's say we shouldn't kill that which she wants to bring to the table, please.